Welcome back to another episode of Azro Reacts. I'm your boy Azro, and today we getting back into, was it the Great Deception? Was slavery the greatest deception to make indigenous forget and not remember who they were? Long title, I know. That's why I called it From Kings to Slaves, pretty much. Getting back into From Kings to Slaves, the series. This one will be tackling the replacement of the Black American playing themselves in the movies, which I'm seeing that a lot, and the tether issue. If you don't know what that is, I'm just now finding out about it also. I guess it's something that's rampant in our community, is where people who look like us, who we believe was our kin, come over here and talk bad about us just because they know where they come from, call us lazy, like they're not benefiting off of our hard work and shit. That's pretty much an easy essence of what a tether is, at least from what I've picked up. I have something in here that explains it more, so stop and read if you want to know. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, I believe this goes hand in hand. This is all a part of the same workings. Like, they're using them against us in a way that makes them think that they're superior, but really they're just working into white supremacy and just helping them out and downplaying us, which is just even more crazier. But yeah, like I said last time, there's only a couple that are willing to expose the truth, like the Chinese and Russia. Obviously they don't give a fuck. They're like, here it is. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead, drop a like and subscribe, because every little bit helps, and I thank you guys so much.
Aborigine, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white aborigine. Rather, aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine. Aborigine actually means from the beginning. Two Latin words. Ab meaning from, origine meaning the beginning.
A plan was presented to build planet Earth, where the spirit children would be sent to take on mortal bodies and learn good from evil. Lucifer stood and made his bid for becoming savior of this new world. Wanting the glory for himself, he planned to force everyone to become gods. Opposing the idea, the Mormon Jesus suggested giving man his freedom of choice, as on other planets. The vote that followed approved the proposal of the Mormon Jesus, who would become savior of the planet Earth. Enraged, Lucifer cunningly convinced 1/3 of the spirits destined for Earth to fight with him in revolt.
Okay.
Thus, Lucifer became the devil and his followers the demons. Sent to this world, they would forever be denied bodies of flesh and bone. Those who remained neutral in the battle were cursed to be born with black skin. This is the Mormon explanation for the Negro race.
Oh, wait.
Spirits that fought valiantly against Lucifer would be born into Mormon families on planet Earth. These would be the lighter-skinned people, or white and delightsome, as the Book of Mormon describes them.
Guys, history just further tells us that being white is a construct. It was created. Like, what? The Mormon religion delights. So white people like delights. Yo. Wow.
The idea that black people are only from Africa is the stupidest, goofiest idea ever. are they really trying to say that if we go back in history to the beginning of human civilization, that every other continent was just empty, right? And we were only in Africa? That's so stupid. The truth is that black people are indigenous to every continent in the world, from Asia to Europe to Africa. If you go back far enough in time, every continent was inhabited by black people. Earth was a black planet, and they don't
always said the Black Panther Party that they can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that. You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people. I'm not the pig. You got to make a distinction. And the people are going to have to attack the pig. The people are going to have to stand up against the pig.
Indians here with Christopher Columbus died. So I'm over the gaslighting that the indigenous community is receiving for putting that woman in check. A lot of you are saying, oh, you took that out of context. She didn't mean it that way. She hasn't been spreading indigenous erasure. But look at this. While you're teaching that Columbus discovered America, right? There were black people on this continent 4,000 years before Columbus was born, right? And in case that's still not enough for you, let's look at some of the books that she recommended. One of the books that she listed for summer readings list was They Came Before Columbus by Ivan van Sertima. That specific book spreads enormous amount of indigenous erasure and goes as far as to say that the Olmec were black. But just in case that's still not enough, this is an article with an interview that Jane Elliott did. Please pause to read the second highlighted portion. And there you have it. So I would appreciate it if you stop gaslighting indigenous people. And like I said, we were here and we're still here.
So you need to tell me Miss Jane Elliott is known for speaking truths on many subjects, many different subjects. But when it comes to the American Indians, she's a liar now? That's a big reach, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yo, you know what's so interesting nowadays, y'all? We live in a world where everyone can choose their own reality. We got men that could become women. We got women that's becoming men. We got men trying to call us breastfeeders. Yeah, everyone is freestyling now. What this woman just said, F all the paperwork, F all the books, F all the statues, F all the pictures, F all of that. She said, I don't care what y'all say. In my mind, I'm an indigenous American. So therefore, I'm gonna make that a truth. And then calling everyone else gaslighters. Do y'all see how crazy y'all look and y'all sound? There was a time where no one walked the planet that was not brown. There was a time where only brown people walked this planet because it was their planet, and it still is their planet. Not you. What Miss Jane Elliott said is a fact. There were 3 races: the Mongoloid, the Negroid, and the Caucasoid. Which part of the information is a lie? Which part of the information you feeling like is erasing you? If anything, you're getting clarity. Be thankful.
How to avoid I see.
$5 Indian, man. Niggas is crazy, man. Niggas a mascot, man.
So there's several reasons why us black Americans don't claim being called African American, and the reason is because, okay, matter of fact, let's go ahead and entertain and say that we weren't Aboriginal or indigenous to America, even though we are. Let's go ahead and entertain that idea, and let's just say that we were just brought here from Africa off the slave boats to America. Let's entertain that. Let's say that is true. Even still, there's a process that's called ethnogenesis. And ethnogenesis is the process of where a group of people establish their own culture and identity that disconnects them from whatever origin or place that they're originally from. So if Africa was our original place and we've been in America for X amount of years, we no longer have the same connection as we used to. And that's entertaining the fact that we were here after because of slavery. Now, if we even go further back and start claiming our indigenous roots of being black indigenous, the time frame is even longer of ethnogenesis. You see what I'm saying? If you want to say the theory that we all came from Africa. So that's the reason. So despite how I may look, despite my features that might be similar to African, it doesn't erase of my identity of who I am and my culture and my history here. I don't have any culture or history in Africa. Can't call nobody over for no barbecue. It's about to be 4th of July. Ain't nobody invite me to Africa. I ain't got no cousins over there. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, our ideologies are different. A lot of you guys who come from Africa, you come to America, you start submitting or conforming to white supremacy. I don't believe in that. I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? That's something you do. So if we was standing right next to each other and I heard how you talk, I'm gonna instantly say, man, me and you, we ain't got nothing in common. Don't even try to assimilate.
Now, y'all keep asking me what a tether is. Now, let me make it plain. If you eat jollof rice, you got that mysterious body odor, and you swear FBAs is lazy, you might be a tether. A tether ain't a label. It's a behavior. A tether is a non-FBA that sides with white supremacy, parrots anti-black rhetoric, and undercuts FBAs while enjoying the benefits we build. If it don't apply, let it fly. But if it does, tie it tight. You might be a tether if one of your favorite phrases is, what about all that black crime, nigga? You might be a tether if you came for opportunity, but you vote against reparations for black Americans. You might be a tether if you play FBAs in movies, but then you denigrate us the whole time. You might be a tether if your hairline is fighting for independence and you smell like cumin and bushmeat. You might be a tether if you argue with black people about your right to call them nigga. You might be a tether if you copy the culture, but hate the people that created it. Not all immigrants are tethers, but if you're off code, loud, and disrespectful to FBAs, then that's when the tether fits. So stay on code and ain't nobody got to call you nothing. If you benefit from our struggle, you use our slang, and you steal our swag, but you clown the culture and block our justice, you're a tether, fam. Period. Case closed.
Can you see by the blood in the streets that this place doesn't smile on you, colored child, whose blood built this land with sweat and bare hands. But you'll die in this place, and your memory erased. Oh, say, does this truth hold This is not the land of the free, but the home of the slave.
But family, there's this thing, man, where the white media is helping these tethers denigrate us and our lineage. The white media is now helping these tethers denigrate us and denigrate our media. There was another article that came out, the New York Times today. Now, family, this is a doozy. But when I tell you these people are trying to prop up the tether class to be their overseer class. So now, check this article out. This came out with the LA Times because they see we're now checking people for trying to throw us under the bus. So LA Times, man, they came out with this article. And check this out. Look at this. All right. Black immigrants face more discrimination in the U.S. The source is sometimes surprising. So now they're saying that black immigrants from Africa and the Caribbean, yeah, they face discrimination, but from who? And you go down here and read, all right, We go over the whole, this is such and such. She's picking up some yams, and it's a staple in Black American kitchens, and she's from Jamaica. They're talking about this Jamaican lady. She marvels at the way enslaved Africans, her ancestors, and the forebears Black Americans sustain themselves. Black people, be they in America or Jamaica, carry themselves with perseverance over adversity. And yet, here it goes. It feels to her, though, some Black Americans look down on Black newcomers and resent them for taking opportunities they fought so long to get. You know, the people who tell me to go back to my country the most is Black people, not white people. Uh-oh. This is a whole hit piece against us, guys. This is a hit piece against FBA freedmen, descendants of slaves. This is a hit piece. This is tether babble. White mommy and white daddy propped them up. The real racist is not white mommy and white daddy. It's these niggas. Cap. Stop it. Let me read the rest. This is all cap. Her experience reflects a widespread reality among Black immigrants whose ranks swelled just over 2 million in 2000 to nearly 5 million today. All right. Let me go down. Those from Africa or the Caribbean experience a double burden of discrimination in the U.S., both as immigrants and as Black residents in a country with a long history of racism. Black immigrants, for example, are more likely to report workplace discrimination and unfair treatment by the police. No, not really, no. No, they're not. No, that's not true. That they're more likely to report workplace discrimination. No, because a lot of them come over here and be working under the table. A lot of them come over here and work these little jobs for low wages, and they don't rock the boat. They don't really say anything. I don't know where they got that from. That's not true. Some of these immigrants come over here and work under the table, and they're not going to rock the boat. They don't be saying nothing. They'd be happy to get these little janky little jobs like that. And also this whole thing about us being resentful to them for taking jobs. I've been telling y'all, that's a tether lie that they love to spread. That's a major tether lie. What jobs are you taking from us that we're just so mad about? They can never explain what these jobs are. What are these jobs that you're taking from us that we're just so disgruntled about? Stop it. That's all cap. They never tell us what these jobs are because it's damn sure not them Uber jobs and them Postmate jobs that y'all got. We ain't tripping on that. Let me read the rest of it. All right? Hold on. Y'all bear with me. All right. About a third of immigrants overall say they've been told to go back where they came from. And that figure jumps to nearly half for the Black immigrants. Pendergrass, the Jamaican lady, she says, those words are especially aggravating when they're spoken by citizens of her own race. Oh, there's this great divide. Oh, you're from the islands. During 2 separate focus groups this summer with immigrants from the Caribbean and Sub-Saharan Africa, several said they too have been dismayed to find that Black Americans treat them more harshly. As a result, they avoid associating with that community. Go to hell, you lying bastards. You lying ass bastards. Y'all sit over there in your homeland and y'all plot and plan to say when we go over there, hey, when you go over there, stay away from the Akatas. Y'all say that over there. They're trying to make it seem like they come over here and we just treat them so bad. Oh no, we're we're forced to be by ourselves. We're forced to go over here because you FBA niggas are so mean, so we got to go over here to protect ourselves. No, y'all come over here with that damn attitude. You sit over there in the Caribbean and in Africa saying when you go there, get all the resources you can, stay away from those Abids, stay away from the Jarirs, stay away from the Akata, stay away from the Yankees. Y'all plan to come over here and get your own little enclave. We don't do anything to you. That's a damn lie. And the only time we check you is when you come in our circles trying to undermine us. Other than that, we don't even look at you like that. We don't care what you're doing. We don't care about your cab jobs and Uber. We don't give a shit. We could care less. The only time we acknowledge you, when you come in our circles, you pop up, one of y'all pop up, we're trying to have a discussion among ourselves, and then somebody pops up, hey guys, I just got elected by the white people as the leader of the new reparations task force, and I'm here to say that we don't need reparations. And then we're like, oh. First of all, nigga, who are you? Where did you come from? Oh, my family is from Texas. No. Where are you from? Why? You sound weird, dude. Who are you and where you from? Why's your hairline pushed back so far? Hold on, let's do some research on you. Wait a minute. This nigga, you a tether. Oh, xenophobic. You niggas are xenophobic. White mommy, white daddy, you were right. These niggas hate me. I'm going to have to go to my own community because these niggas are xenophobic towards me. Classic gaslighting, man.
While Black Americans was forced out of New York City, Black immigrants replaced them. But let me break this down. It's called the out-migration. When Black Americans left New York City because they couldn't afford it anymore, Black immigrants were able to replace them and stay there because they were given additional support. So in New York City, you have something like, it's called NYCHA, right? New York City Housing Authorities, where they offer, Section 8 vouchers. Usually those programs are just for Black Americans and other U.S. citizens. But the Black immigrants had additional support and additional programs that they qualify outside of that. Does that make sense? programs like DCS, Diaspora Community Service, which specifically is for Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean families and helping them with housing. BG, Black Alliance just for immigrants, programs that just focus on Black immigrants across the Black diaspora. Another program, CAMBA, which also help Africans and Caribbean immigrants with housing, more resources for them to sustain their living conditions. Make the Road New York, which assists Afro-Caribbeans and Afro-Latinos, protecting them from evictions. ACT, Afro Communities Together, which assists African immigrants. There's a long list of these programs that's specifically for Black immigrants, whereas Black Americans can only tap into the traditional, whatever the state has to offer. They didn't have access to the additional programs like the Black immigrants. And the thing about it is the Black immigrants could tap into those programs that's specifically for them and the state programs. Black Americans was forced out of New York City, and Black immigrants was able to stay there because they had additional.
I had a realization that I am not a part of the culture. I'm a observer of the culture and a sort of sometime a participator in the culture.
And when you first hear that, isn't that hard to hear?
It's hard to hear.
It's hard to hear.
It's very hard to hear.
Because that's not what you thought it was.
Right.
You felt like you were in there.
No, hearing this right now is like.
But when you call a spade, nigga, my culture is compa and guyad. No matter how much I love rap.
Hurt me, bro.
No matter how much I love rap, my culture isn't cornbread and ham hocks.
Right.
Even though I fuck with it.
But
I'm a sauce wine nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You was born in Haiti or you was born here?
I'm born
no,
here.
we're born here.
Yeah.
But the culture and the foundation of what they stand on has already been laid before we got here, right? So when we come here, we getting the Jordans and we getting the thing, we watching Fresh Prince, and that's us observing the culture and then mimicking the culture to a certain degree. We're not of the culture.
And because we look like them,
even
and because
though
they invite us in to feel like home.
Yeah, even though, bro, this conversation fucked me up, Chris. Good conversation.
They jealous of us because we the best to do it out of the whole diaspora. They jealous of us because the Grand Canyon is remote as part of the Red Sea and the Mississippi River is the Nile. Just like Jesus was hung from a tree, guess what the KKK did to us? The same 3 crosses at Calvary is the same 3 crosses the KKK burned. The wood that Jesus was hung from, the tree that he was hung from, the wood that Noah's Ark was built from, all of that is native to North America. So don't let these people anger you, okay? Because we got a promise for us and it's coming.
To the African diaspora, a lot of people are upset at the word tether. So let me explain what tether means. Tether is not really an insult, it's a descriptive term. It doesn't describe an African immigrant or somebody who's Afro-Latino, it describes an action. Like, for example, if you watch the movie Sinners, did you know that the first black vampire was Cornbread? The first one was Cornbread. You know the actor who plays Cornbread is actually not from a freedman lineage. I think he's from the Caribbean. You don't think that was on purpose? Ryan Coogler, in an interview, the guy who directed Sinners, he said that he was FBA, Foundational Black American. You don't think that Cornbread being the first black vampire was on purpose? That is symbolism. That's why I love that movie. That is symbolism. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of people who are outside of our lineage, a lot of times, sometimes, not every time, but sometimes have opinions that are detrimental to our lineage here in Black America, the people who descended from the Black American slaves. Prime example, reparations, right? The Pew Research Center said in 2022 and also 2023 that 77% of Black Americans want reparations. Of the ones who don't, the vast majority are Black immigrants or Afro-Latino. Even amongst Black Americans who are mixed race, they still want it in the majority. The only time you see difference, once again, Black immigrants and Black and Afro-Latinos or the Black Hispanics, okay? Now, aside from that, you look at the opinions of police. A lot of times, African immigrants who don't understand that law enforcement has this grounding in the slave patrol, they have different beliefs, no matter the age group. Then you go look at other issues like, for example, white supremacy. A lot of African immigrants have a very different relationship to white supremacy than we do here in Black America. I'll give you a prime example, a practical example, not with an African immigrant, but with an Afro-Latino. There was a young black man named Jamie Johnson who was gunned down by an officer in Florida. The officer's name was Hoshu Gariga, Afro-Latino. This guy was anti-black, was sitting there texting with his white buddies about how we black people ain't shit. I mean, all kind of stuff. And then this guy was caught with a 17-year-old, so he got arrested and put away. But again, that shows you this Afro-Latino had this kind of belief. And you look at some of the deputy gangs, the black officers who do join are Afro-Latino. None of them are fucking FBA. I know, I happen to be an expert on that. I'm mentioning court documents, federal court documents exposing this shit, okay? I wish somebody would. Oh, I wish somebody would. My wife is a goddamn stenographer, and one of the reasons why she even married me is because she saw that shit. So please don't play games. All right? That shows you tethering. Do you kind of get it with all those examples? Tethering. It's when you use blackness to blend in with us, but you're nothing like us. So a lot of people are really, really upset at how we're circling the wagons around our lineage, but how we're trying to protect our interests like every other group. And when you react negatively to that, that kind of adds more suspicion to you. I started off giving the example from the movie Sinners. And Sinners was all about black people circling the fucking wagons. but particularly Black Americans. And yet you don't get it. Yet you sit there and quote the movie, you say how great it was, and everything else, and you don't get the undertones we were setting there. And that's what tethering is when you want to be is when you want to be us, but you don't have the same experience or the link to the land, and so you just don't get it. You don't pick up on stuff like that, but we do. Because that movie and what you hear about reparations, about the police, about white supremacy, that's been our fucking reality. We don't have a different relationship with that stuff. But some of you do. And then it's when you use your blackness to cosplay as us and then interject some bullshit opinion, some coon ass opinion, that's tethering. I would not go over to freaking Jamaica and tell them how to live. That's not my place. That's not my homeland. I wouldn't go over to freaking Haiti, even though I put out deep dives about Haiti, about how the freaking CIA and the FBI and US freaking US intelligence harmed Haiti. Yes, I put that out there, but I would never go over to their country and tell them how to live. That's not my lineage. Those aren't my people. I would never go to the African continent knowing that they have that many tribes out there, a bazillion tribes, but I'm gonna go and tell them about what they should do. That's not my place. And that attitude of me having, it's not my place because I have my people here to influence and talk to and be around, that opinion is not an opinion that many people, not saying everybody, but many people who come over here, that is not an opinion they fucking share. Now, a lot of people say, well, black people aren't a monolith. You're right, we are not a monolith, except when it comes to lineage. When it comes to lineage, we agree on reparations, about the cops, white supremacy, that kind of stuff. Is that not a little bit monolithic? There are some things you expect from some parts of the freaking diaspora over others. You see skin bleaching in certain parts of the freaking diaspora. We're not known for that. All right? Certain things that we do here, like Tutnese, Gullah, Hoodoo, that is pretty exclusive. You only really see it here because we made the shit. But other things that we've made, some people from the African diaspora, white people too, other groups too, Hispanics, Asians too, have taken and claimed for themselves. Another reason why we're circling the wagons. That's why Cornbread was the first black vampire. See? We told this guy from a different part of the freaking diaspora, don't you go near them freaking vampires. What did he do? So I just want you to understand, tethering is an act. It is a descriptive term. It's not just because you're a black immigrant or Afro-Latino. You gotta be that and bring the action. The same way some of y'all call us Akatas, Jareers, Yankees, Abids, yeah, all these freaking pejoratives. You call us all this stuff, but then you come over here and you get upset when we have a term for a person who undermines us. Yeah, funny how that works.
Oh my God. So we have this Heather, y'all, who's, doing the usual talking down about black American problems. Originally, one of my followers sent me a video of her talking down about black American men. So I looked through her page and she's, talking down just about black Americans in general. And woman, you are a Jamaican, by the way, who left Jamaica because it's a failed country, your failed society, to come over to America, the country that black Americans built, but now you're bringing up our problems despite you fleeing your country, Jamaica, to get away from your problems. Bro, this is getting annoying with you tethers. Y'all leave y'all country, don't even address y'all problems in your own country because y'all run from your problems in your own country, but then come here talking down about black American problems. How about you worry about problems in Jamaica? Stop and pause the video, ma'am. These are problems in your country of Jamaica. I looked up literally problems in Jamaica, and as you can see, stop and pause the video. You can see right here, you can't even get on public transportation in Jamaica because of high crime and violence. This is problems in your country, ma'am, but you're talking about black American problems. How about you worry about black Jamaican problems? Imagine how unsafe a country is to the point you can't even ride the public transportation. I'm from South Florida hood, and I'm safe riding the public transportation. How about you address those problems I just showed you? How about you address every problem in Jamaica and stop worrying about black American problems and black men in America and black women in America? Worry about your problems in Jamaica. See, y'all love to bring up everything going on in our culture and our problems, but bring up yours. Address those Jamaican problems I just showed you then.
And we're back with another FBA fact check. How do you leave something that doesn't exist? Keep on telling you FBA, aka the American Freedmen, is a bloodline, not a cult. There's no organization dues. There's no leaders. There's no meetings because it's a bloodline. You're either born FBA or you're not. And just to do my due diligence, oh, that's you, right? Afro-French Caribbean girl? Yeah, seems like you're not there, right? And these are the people who we call tethers. People who are deliberately trying to undermine us for absolutely no reason because they don't like the fact that we're delineating in order to get what's owed to us. And it's crazy how this woman tried to say that we be out here using white supremacist talking points when we do that exact opposite. But when these people get here, that's exactly what they do, trying to jump on the coattails of white supremacy. Oh, we just work harder. Y'all just mad because we're more desirable. My family came to America with $2 in their pockets, knowing that that's a lie. Foundational Black Americans, aka the American Freedmen, has been the only people on this continent and around the world that actively fight white supremacy. Go right up to the face of them, slap them in the face, and all of that stuff. So miss me with this whole they're a white supremacist cult because we're delineating from people like this. Why should we want to be united with people like this? These people are movement disruptors, and they should be treated as such. Now, I don't know if she ain't take her medication or what, but for her to create this whole elaborate story about FBAs being a cult and we're attacking her online, FBAs are everywhere, whether you know it or not, because like I said, there's 45 to 47 million of us, and the rest are Black immigrants and tethers. What's so hard to understand about that? And if you go anywhere cosplaying this while disrespecting this, yeah, people are going to jump down your throat, no matter where you are. So, to recap, foundational Black Americans, aka the American freedmen, are not a cult. It's a bloodline. Either you're born FBA or you're not. And all the people who aren't, who's out here claiming us to be a cult, understand why they're doing that. Because they stand to benefit more from us being Pan-Africans than to be people who go out to do for ourselves. All right, you folks have a beautiful day now.
To Black Americans who descended from Black American slaves, I want you to notice these freaking tethers, man. Cosplaying as us, trying to get us to care about this whole birthright citizenship bullshit. Look, hey, they'll figure out a way to deport us too. So I look on this profile page, 0 followers. How do I know that you even come from our damn lineage? See, this is why I can't stand tethers. Listen, this is a damn tether trying to get us to get involved, trying to gaslight us. It reminds you of what the Hispanic community did, right? Gaslighting. Oh, well, you're going to be next. You're going to be next. Listen, there's but so many times you're going to say you're going to be next until we think, God damn, what then shit. If we're next for everything, then at this point, we might as well just go ahead and fucking give up, right? Stop being the boy who cried wolf. Stop being the damn tether stereotype. Damn.
If you was making sweet potatoes, do you put 1 cup of water or do you put 2 cups of water?
What kind of sweet potatoes?
Sweet potatoes, candy yams.
Candy yams? How much sweet potatoes am I making? Feed how many?
Cooking channel?
Feed how many people?
1 cup of water, 2 cups of water.
How many people are we feeding? It doesn't matter?
No, 1 cup of water, 2 cups of water.
I'm born and raised African. I'm not African American, so I don't know y'all culture. But if I were to make it, oh shit. 2?
Sweet potatoes, you don't put no water in it. I'm gonna have to pass, but wait, so you wanna steal? So y'all both gonna walk away? You gonna walk, okay?
Yeah. That's slave food. I don't do that, babe. I'm not a slave. I was never a slave. I don't know how slaves cook. I was never a slave. I know where my grandfather came from, my great grandfather, and where all their ass came from. Your ass don't know. You part of this.
Yeah. Don't talk to me about an immigrant, man. Look. The immigrant guys, let's talk about this. Let's take academics, for example. Immigrant. This man was supposed to be a mathematical biologist. He's seen our culture here in America. It's like, this is crazy. Because where they come from, it's not going down like that. He made his career off what me and the guys really do. The dude, Flacco, immigrant. And don't he got, he called a case for harassment. Oh, yeah. Pull that up. Okay, yeah. What's the other dude? All fresh and fit. Myron. Yeah. Immigrant. See, that's the problem. We is black men in America. The shit that they want to glorify, we trying to get away from. Right. We not trying to come on the internet and talk gangster. We did it already, and we all sitting here by the skin of our teeth, man.
So I do not like ninjas.
Broski, just stop, like seriously. So we have this suspected tether who's talking down about black American and ghetto culture. The reason why I'm saying suspected because you don't seem to have a black American name. And if I'm wrong, then I apologize. But let me get into the video. Bro, the anti-black route you're taking with, coming after black people, black culture is ridiculous. No matter how much you Negroes delineate yourselves from black folks, you're still gonna be a nigga at the end of the day. And unfortunately, this is something that y'all don't seem to understand. When Negroes like you get up on here and talk about black people doing all this crime and stuff, all this deletion, you do realize when you go into a corner store or just any store in general, they see you as one of those Negroes who are going to commit crime and who they think going to steal up out of their store. That don't never seem to click to y'all. Then you talking about black American culture is trash and ghetto culture. If it's so trash, then why does everybody bite off of black culture? That is the answer that y'all seem to not be able to answer. I mean, the question y'all seem to not be able to answer. If black culture is so degenerate, so trash, why does everybody bite off of it? The K-pop bite off of black culture all the time, but it's so trash though. No, y'all just too focused on the degeneracy that goes on in black culture. Every culture has their degeneracy, but the degeneracy in our culture mainly gets pushed by the media. Y'all just look at the degenerate part of black culture. Black culture as a whole is not trash and degenerate. Then you talking about black people in the hood. Black people in the hood are some of the most hardworking people on planet Earth. But see, this is what y'all do and the media do. y'all say, oh, black people in the hood are lazy, and y'all look at gang members on the block who saying they don't want to get a job. Then y'all say, hey, look, they don't want to work. See, black people in the hood are lazy. No, you're looking at gang members who don't want to work, and some can't work because they have a face card. I've been in the hood for 19 years of my life, dog. Black people in the hood are some of the most hardworking people on planet Earth. It's just crazy that you're about to be 41 years old, dog, and I'm 19 and way more mature than you and have way more common sense than you. This whole anti-black route you're taking is not the right route, bro. I get you want to make your money because being anti-black as a black person is kind of the quickest way to make it as a content creator, but dude, you're taking the wrong route. And one last thing I'd like to point out, when y'all try to delineate yourselves by saying, I'm a black person, I'm not a nigga. You ever see people who don't like black folks say they like black folks, they just don't like niggas? No, they just say they don't like black folks.
Don't ever say James Brown, don't say nothing. That's ridiculous.
Because he's
That's
smoking,
disrespectful.
he's smoking
when
so
you're in
much
my country, don't you ever shit on James Brown.
I'm
all right?
here as a guest.
I don't go to Brazil and Pele and start shitting on Minotauro or Elio Gracie. You don't come to America and talk shit about James Brown, son. Yeah.
And you come to this country as a job.
Get up.
My mama can't tell me not one story about Africa. My grandma ain't never tell me one story about no Africa. I don't know nothing about Africa. All I know is all the African people I know and run into, they think they better than us over here. So what you worry about me saying that I'm not African? I'm just American. What's wrong with you? Got a problem? Fuck your podcast. Fuck your show. Don't bring my name up. I don't know you, so I'm not bringing you name. I'm still not saying you name. So what the fuck you mean this show you can talk about? You got my name in your mouth. Both of you look alike. And I'm with the shit. I don't care how old I am. We about the same age. Oh, y'all, Africa this. Ain't there one of you trying to go back to Africa? Who trying to go back to Africa? Everybody come over here to America, talk about, cause back at home, cause back in my country, take your back to your country. I'm from America. They can't deport me. They can't come get me.
So I got this comment underneath my Chosen One video where I'm talking about how Chosen Ones are just not treated with basic human decency, no basic human respect. We just get taken advantage of, treated like test subjects and stuff. So this was her comment. She's basically saying typically we're not human. We have different DNA. Like our DNA is built different. And she's not wrong. We're just here living the human experience, and we're also here specifically to raise the vibrations of this planet. We are just gods and goddesses living a human experience right now. All right? But the way that other people see the signs that we are not of this world, that we are truly something that is just crazy, like it's just like they can't process it is because the attempts that they make in our life never works. And I'm talking about physical attempts that they be making on our life too. It never works. Like, let me tell y'all, I was baffled when I actually found out that people were making attempts on my life through my food, through my drinks. Like the amount of times I've been poisoned, and I still wake up the next morning. That shit was blowing people's minds. They didn't understand it. They couldn't process why they couldn't get me. They couldn't kill me. Like, why is she still here? What the fuck is it gonna take to get rid of this bitch? You can't get rid of me, bitch. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going no fucking where. But that is what be having people in an uproar, nervous, a little scared, because they realize that they cannot kill us. They cannot do it. Okay? They have made attempts, like the amount of times I've been poisoned, y'all. I really should not be standing. But that just goes to show you. We are truly built different. We truly are. And we won't even know ourselves that we're built different for the longest time, because we don't know that they be making these attempts on our life. We don't know that they be trying to, like, people have been trying to make me sick my entire life, poisoning my food with black magic. And even I may get some effects of it, but it never takes me out. Never takes me out. I mean, it's just, they be so mind blown that this powerful ass magic isn't working. They're sending these people in to poison us or to give us certain drugs, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It never works. So we just be innocent and unknowing of all of this. The whole time we are always the most fucking powerful in the room. All right. That is how it really feels. And they know you're the most powerful in the room and you don't know. And that's where all of that weirdness comes from other people. So there are so many reasons why we are so sought after by powerful people, why so many attempts are made on our life, and, you know, just why we are constantly being monitored because of these type of things, our DNA. Our DNA, they want to keep us from finding out about our DNA. They want to benefit off of our DNA, off of our energy, off of our bloodlines, because we have royal bloodlines for real. And they ain't never seen nothing like it. And they want it. So there are so many, they'll really, when it comes to us too, organ harvesting, like we really not even about to get into it too much, because they really be on my ass taking my videos down, y'all. But when I say they would love to have every piece of us and live in our skin, I truly mean it, because of the power that we hold within us, that we were unknowing of for so fucking long. But they knew the entire time.
Your skin is so beautiful. Why do you go to the beach and burn yourself to a crisp trying to get brown if it's so wonderful to be white? And if you love your thin lips, why are you going to the doctor getting collagen injected and telling me my lips are too big? Don't, you know, that's my thing. That trips me out whenever, you know, white girls come to me, oh, your butt is so big. And it's like, well, why do you go get on that stair stepper at Holiday Health Spa trying to get your butt as big as mine? And being white is so wonderful. I don't understand why all these white teenagers don't stay white.
Easy. Crazy, right? That Jill Scott had me tripping. Like, I wanted to pause it right there. Like, that had me tripping. But that's what I'm talking about. Did you see that? Did you see that? Like, that is what a tether is. At least that's what I'm picking up from the black community. What a tether is. These people who look like us, who you would think would want to be our kin, but really just talk bad about us to uphold white supremacy. And that Myron dude is crazy. Like, I ain't got none of his videos because I don't really associate with him. Like, I don't like none of his just dude's just nasty. But he talks a lot of shit about our community. But as you can see, there's other people that's in there who just talk almost to just hear themselves talk, which is just crazy. Because it's like, y'all know our history. Y'all know the truth. Get out of here with that. But anyway, I have more coming. This is only part 2. Of course, there's gonna be more coming out because I always bring more. And I cannot not bring more. Let me stop. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead, drop a like and subscribe. Do a comment if you have to, because you know every little bit helps out. And I thank you so much for it. But hey, I've been your boy Azrael. This has been another episode of Azrael Reacts, and I'll check you guys next time. Deuces.